guys, welcome back to another episode of The Stable. So in this one, as you can see, we got the FJ on the lift. So I'm gonna do a little clip in the, I'll insert in the video. I don't know if it's the typical FJ Cruiser pulsing caliper that I'm feeling or what, but I hit a speed bump the other day while trying to turn right, and it's like the brakes locked up and it slid. That was kind of scary. It's done a few different things like that, and you just get like this bucking. At first I thought it was a warped rotor or something like that on the front, but we've done rotors on this thing before. It even has the drilled and slotted ones on there, but I'm tired of it. I'm tired of dealing with it. It is October now, and the weather is going to start changing on us pretty fast. So I don't want to get in a position to where I need this vehicle, because right now I work 15 minutes away from my house. Right now, I just trust about taking it that far. That's about it. Highway is kind of sketchy. Pretty much not safe at this point. So we are going to pull these off. I'll inspect it, but that's kind of pointless anyways, because I'll show you what we just picked up. So on Reddit, I have found a guy who went and bought, I believe it was the 2014 Toyota 4Runner calipers, rotors, brakes, and it is a direct bolt-on for this. He did have to drill some holes in his dust cover to make those fit, or you can buy the ones from Toyota and they will work. And while we're at it, I'm gonna go ahead and put the braided brake lines on the front of this. So I'll unbox it and show you guys what we got. So this is what we got, guys. A little disclaimer, this video might be a combination of my GoPro and using my iPhone. That's what I'm currently using. I've shot 2 videos now, and for whatever reason, my GoPro will pick up the footage and not the sound. So haven't quite figured that out. But I am tired of trying to deal with that. So using my phone today, but brake pads, the new rotors, and the new calipers. So everything's a direct bolt on. However, the rotors are bigger, so I know for sure you have to be running a wheel bigger than a 16 like the factory ones. The ones we got from Dirty Life are actually a 17, so we shouldn't have any issue there. And so the rotors are bigger, and I know the diameter of the piston are bigger. I'm sorry, couldn't show you. I know those are bigger. I don't have the exact specifications off the top of my head for you guys, but yeah, I'll try to find that Reddit post, and maybe I'll actually try to remember to link it this time. It looks like this little brake line right here is a 10, and then you got your 2, almost fail. You got your 2 bolts right here that look to be a 17. So just gonna disconnect this line from here and pop these 2 off, and then the whole this whole caliper will come off, and then we can pull that off, and then I will do a comparison of the FJ rotor compared to the 4Runner one. All right, guys, little tip here. Go ahead and remove the little clip that sits in there so you can move this line back, because you guys don't want to bend that metal one. And then here's that clip. So got the brake line undone, so that can just drip. and pop those 2 bolts I showed earlier, and then we'll get this off. Here is the old caliper compared to the new. Like I said, the pistons are a larger diameter on the 4Runner ones, and then this is the rotor off the FJ we had, and then compared to the new one. So I mean, just you guys can see how much bigger the 4Runner one is compared to the FJ one. So I'm gonna slap this on there, put that new rotor on there, and oh, new rotor, new caliper. We got this line leaking here, so we just got to disconnect it from the back side right back there, and then disconnect it from the top, get our new braided brake lines in there, and then that will be reassembling the new brake pads in this first. And while I'm thinking about it, I need to verify that this is indeed the right side, which it appears to be off of first glance. So nope, the bleeder is on the opposite side, so this is the wrong one. So the one we need is in that box. All right, so hopefully we still have sound. I'm gonna be paranoid about it the whole time using this GoPro, but I'll show you guys. We got class going right there. So got the new rotor on, and I'm not exactly sure. I don't remember what they said online, what they did to modify it, but what I did is not the prettiest, but I just bent this out for the dust cover. If you want to, I think they said if you buy the 4Runner dust cover, it's a direct bolt on and it clears, but for time's sake, I just bent it back a little bit, and as you guys can see, it's not rubbing. It might need to go back a hair right there, but all right guys, so I messed up, and these would not line up whatsoever. So I went back, looked at my order. Turns out the red calipers are for the Tundra and not a 4Runner. So luckily, Advanced Auto Parts here in town, they had a set of front calipers for a 2013 4Runner. So pretty much look the same, except your bolt holes line up. So we don't get the red on there, but we get the silver. Still kind of matches. Kind of is what it is at this point. I need this vehicle up and running. So this is what it looks like all put together. We did have to bend that dust cover out. And the last thing on this side before we can put it back together is to get this brake line put into place, and then replace this rubber part of the hose with the new braided ones I bought. So I'll get this all slapped together, show you guys, and don't forget the big thing with this is to get these brakes to clear, you have to be running a wheel that's bigger than the factory 16s, because otherwise they will not fit. Seems a little big. All right guys, so there it is, our new rotor, caliper. We got our new braided line on there as well. Little pro tip, instead of fighting this little S-shaped metal line, it's easier just to undo this little bolt right there in that bracket. It's a 12. You can move this all out the way, get it lined up, and then push that back on there and get it tight. So make sure all our fittings are tight, everything's good to go. So we are about to bleed these now, so we're gonna have to pop off the rear tires back here. But I guess first, I hate picking up these tires, but I'll pick it up and make sure it clears. All right guys, so we are done for the night, and I will be sure to put the Reddit post on this. A lot of guys, I say a lot of guys, but the 2 guys who were really talking about doing this upgrade, they never mentioned that they had problems with their lug nut studs. And as you can see, I mean, so between the FJ rotor and the 4Runner rotor right here, this is 5 millimeters bigger, so that eats up a lot of the thread that I had left over from the previous rotors. So that's why it's so short here. And I think between that and the combination with the offset of the wheels, there's just nothing for the lug nuts to grab onto. So instead of looking for the lug nuts that are kind of like this skinny cylinder, sorry I don't know the proper name, but that would go in between the holes on the rim and actually grab onto this, I think the best and the safest bet would be just to put longer studs on here. So that's going to be the game plan. So tonight I am going to research and figure out how long these factory ones are. And from that, I mean, obviously they at least have to be 5 millimeters longer to even get back to where I was. But I'd probably like to try to find one that's maybe 8 to 10 millimeters longer, because I have plenty of lug nut right there for it to grab onto. Because even putting those lug nuts on there before, I always thought that I should have more threads on there. But taking the old calipers off, I'm pretty sure one of the pistons at least was sticking. I don't know what side it was, but the rotors are kind of grooved pretty good. And I noticed that last time when I did the brakes on there, I forgot, or it didn't come with the wear indicator. All right, guys, here we are trying to finish up this video. So Project Innovations had these wheel studs on Amazon. I picked them up because the knuckle on the ones I got from O'Reilly's was just too small, but you can see the size difference with the length right there. So everything seemed to be great. I just bent back that part of the dust cover right there, so I was able to slide the bolt in this way and then rotate it. Problem is my lug nuts are a different size. So my lug nut is, if I can show you guys, it's a M12 by 1.5, and these studs are M12 by 1.25. So I'm about to run up to the parts store, see if I can find just some lug nuts that will fit these for now. And then I already found a set of black ones like that came with the Dirty Life wheels on Amazon, so I have to get those on order. But hopefully I can just get some lug nuts even like this, get a couple to suck these through, and get this thing put back together. All right, guys, so here is side number 2. Using a big nut as the base, and then using a lug nut I picked up at the parts store today to suck those through. So that one's tight, this one's tight. Instead of pulling off the brake, the dust cover and all that, I bent it back right here, and that allowed me to be able to slide these longer studs in from the side. This side's done, and the rock lights are coming in handy already, so I can see what I'm doing. I have not figured out how to use their app good yet to just change it to constant white light, but as you can see, this side is done. Got the new lug nuts on there too. Kind of sucks because they're not black, but the pitch was different. So ran to the parts store, got this one. This one matches up good. So get the rim on there, and then as long as it tightens down all the way. So we'll make sure we don't have any slack in there and the rim eats that up. All right, guys, what I'm thinking about before I grab this new rotor, here is a size comparison to the bigger one, because it really doesn't look like it there. I don't have them quite matched up, but if you come this side, maybe you can see it better. So you see how much bigger and thicker the Forerunner rotor is compared to the FJ1. So just wanted to show that as I grabbed the new rotor. Last little snag was we got the lug nuts on there, and I went to tighten them down, and the wheel was still loose. So what was happening is the stud was too long for the lug nuts I picked up. So I took a bandsaw and I cut the ends off. So I don't see it being a big problem, just for the fact that at the racetrack, they make, if you're running drag radials, they make you put open-ended lug nuts on the back. So here's all the tops to them. So just took a bandsaw, got it pretty straight, used the vise, and I just made myself 20 open-ended lug nuts. You can see when I first tightened it down, this one actually poked through and broke the top of the cap. So we got 1, 2, 3 of them on there already, and that wheel is solid. So go ahead and put the rest of these on.